never asked him to do this before. I don't know. You probably didn't hear it because I'm not going to keep that part. But we had a car just go really crazy outside. Kind of left him a little spooky. He's kind of a spooky guy. So I'm going to go ahead and ask him to do it. He's never backed into his stall before. Let's see if we can get him to do it. He can calm down. Okay, wait. Let's see, I'm just going to back him on the aisle first, make sure I got my back up good. Back. Good. I might back him again past the stall. Make sure I got his back up good. Back. Good. Now I'm going to make sure I can steer his tail, because that's next. So I'm going to ask him to steer his tail. Back. You're okay. Back. You're okay. Good. You're okay. Because he's sensitive, I got to make sure I do things that are according to him. Okay, so he's already calming down for me. Good. So now I'm going to try to steer his tail. Listen. Nope. Yep. You got it. Do it now. Good. Yeah, I know. Scary stuff. Good. Yep, good. Okay. Good. Back. I'm gonna try this. You're okay. No. Listen. You're okay. Listen. Back. Yes. Yep. Steer your tail. Back. Listen. Don't bump into the wall. I'll make it worse. Good. You're okay. Hey. Listen. Good. Yes. Good. You got it. I'm gonna help you. Listen to me though. Good. Ready? Listen. No. Back. Yes. Back. Hey. Back. Good. Back. Yes, I know. I'm helping you. Good. Listen to me. Back. Nope. Good. Yes. Back. Listen to me. Nope. Back. So I'm holding his hand a little bit just to help him. Back. You got this. Back. Ready? Steer your tail a little bit. Look. Yes. Steer your tail a little bit. Don't get too excited. Yep. There you go. Come on. Good. Back. Just trying to help him. Back. You got this. Nope. Back. I'm trying not to run you into the wall. Back. Hey, listen to me. Back. You got this. Back. Good. Back. Good. Yes. Back. Nope. Yeah. Back. So I'm really trying to hold his hand a little bit through this back. Come on. Back. You got this. Back. I promise. Back. So he's holding strong because he doesn't believe me that I want him to go through that. Back. There. Good. Yes. So I'm just going to reward him for finally making the progress, but I'm holding him here because he's not wanting to understand this yet. So now I'm going to say, okay, ready? Back. Yes, you got this. Back. Now I'm going to take my hands off as soon as he makes the final commitment. Back. You're right. There, he's almost committed. Almost. Back. Yes, good. There. Now I'm going to reward him. Good. But I'm still holding his hand. I'm going to try to now not hold his hand anymore. Back. And I'm running the risk of him coming back out. Back. You're okay. Good. Yes. So get his back feet to commit. There. Back. You got this. Back. Yes. Good. Back. You got this. Back. Good. Back. Good. Back. You got this, sweetheart. Back. Good. Here, I'm going to let you have a bite. There you go. Good. There you go. Have a bite. Good. Now, this guy, he has some trust. You know, it's been a long time getting his trust. So let's see if all of that helped. Back. Good. Back. Yes. Back. Good. Back. Yes. Back. You got this. Back. Yes. Come on. Listen to me. Yes. Back. Good. Yes. Good. You got it. Back. Yep. Back. Come on. Back. Good. one more bite. We're gonna make sure he can do it one more time. And then we'll quit on that for him. So see, he came in riled up because we had a car go by that was really loud, and maybe I'll have left the video. I'm not sure. I might cut it out, but you probably can hear it. So this is going to help him kind of calm down by giving him something to think about. And he's never been asked to do this before because he's a high-headed guy and little sensitive. So I've never asked him to do this before because of how high he holds his head up. Back. I would never want him to bump his head if he was not sure about this. Good, good, back. Yes, you got this. Back. Yes, back. Yep, trust me. Trust me. Yes, back. Trust me. Back. Trust me. Yes, there you go. Back. You got this. You got this. You're in. You got this. Back. Back. There. What a good man. Good. 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 Okay, I'm going to let you go that way. Go ahead. Okay. Good. Good boy. Good boy. So that's what I would do to teach a horse that needs their hand held. Like, he knows the backup in another environment, in an arena environment. But for me to stand away from him and try to guide him backwards while he's going, do you not know that that wall is back there? That's what he's doing. That dance he's doing and the getting sucked up under himself is because he was convinced there's some reason I don't know that's there. Like, he wasn't believing me that I wanted him to actually go through that opening. Once he believed me, usually once you can get them to commit to a relaxed backup step, just one. Once you can get them to commit to that, you got it. Now you just have to breathe. You got to give them that break. The minute they take that one relaxed step back, thoughtful step back, that's when you break. You tell them they did right, that they're on the right page. You give them all kinds of love. You let them have all kinds of reassurance. Then you go back to asking him with the same posture and the same request, and then they'll take those next steps more confidently. I did it 3 times to make sure that he has it and he doesn't think it was just a fluke. You never do it where you go, oh good, thank God we got it done. It's kind of like trailer loading. You don't load your horse after 2 hours and finally get him on the trailer or lock him on the trailer and, you know, breathe a sigh of relief. You finally got him on the trailer. You do nothing for their education. You have to get them to where they can get on and off that trailer as many times as you need them to, over and over and over again, confidently, before you can honestly say they understand the trailer. Otherwise, you just trailered a high anxiety, scared horse to wherever you're going, and you're gonna have the same problem when you wanna bring that horse home. You're gonna have the same problem trying to get them back on the trailer to get them home. And I know people build that anxiety while they're at their ride or at their show or whatever, and all they're starting to think when they get about 2 hours before they're gonna leave, they start to think about, oh my God, I'm gonna have to try to get them back on the trailer. So they start that energy in that horse's field, you know, 2 hours before they're gonna ask him to get on the trailer. Where the one thing that's the hardest thing to teach people is walk him up onto that trailer like you have no doubt he's gonna get on. Because if you spend any time going, okay, come on, you scare the crap out of them and they're sure that there's a reason to not trust you. This horse right here, I could eventually get him backing onto a horse trailer. I'm going to do a lot of cool things with him this year, but he's got, you know, and he's kind of neat because he's got some sensitivities issues, he's got some spooky issues, he's got some trust issues, so it's going to be kind of cool to bring him out of that. He also was a stallion until he was 5, so sometimes he has that, oh yeah, but not really. Like, I don't think he'll commit to it with other horses, but he has not offered to commit to it with me. He has reared up in fear, so I do know that that's kind of a go-to thing for him. He has bucked in fear, but not with me on him. He's bucked next to me in fear. So there's things that I have to be mindful of, but yet never assume that's going to happen, so that way I don't ever almost project it to him and say, hey, would you please, you know, overreact and be dangerous. So I'm gonna go get Teddy. Teddy has not backed in the stall since he was 11 months old, so we'll see if he remembers any of that.